Greetings, fellow Fortress members. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Dwarf Fortress Taming the Wilds, Episode 15, Legendary Dining. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. There's the dining room. So then, these two here will lead to the kitchen area. So, let's go ahead and plan that. I'm going to have the kitchen kind of be immediately there. So it's going to lead to a kitchen and a brewery. And the kitchen and the brewery are going to be semi-connected. So if I do maybe a 7x7 so that we can have 4 stills and 4 kitchens. Not that I'm ever going to need 4 kitchens. I could also put food processing up there. That might make sense to put a butchery up there and the fishery where the kitchen is. So we'll have like a still kitchen area, and then oh, you know what I want to do? I want to replicate the same design I did down here, where prepared meals are set aside in cutouts. So I'm going to do the same sort of cutouts that I did before, which changes my plan. So let's go erase that. It means that there will be a little bit more walking for the kitchen, but that's fine. Alright, back to the plans. So that is too large. So if this is the still and the kitchen areas, I will do a food stockpile where we have just like raw food, and then where they're digging now is where their prepared food will go. So if I plan on eventually continuing this same design, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 9. Let's put another temple here, so that I can plan accordingly, so as to not. That's way too big, so that I don't have to. You know, I can plan around this. There we go. And apparently I'm really bad at math, because that's wrong. I'll fix it. And I won't be able to get another temple built to the east. There's also the I might want to, now that I'm looking at this, I might want to avoid sharing walls. Because when you share walls, what ends up happening is when you engrave walls, you only engrave walls one side of that wall. Which means that if they share walls, one temple is inherently nicer than the adjacent one. Which is probably something I want to avoid. So there we go. There is our little hoppy temple there. And the temple will stop here. Meaning that the prepared food can go... There's actually nothing stopping the temple hallway from connecting to the dining room, provided that there's some sort of bridge here that restricts when this bridge restricts. So I can have them on the same lever. So this is fine. This sort of design. Alright, I like it. Then I'm also going to add... Let's erase this. I'm also going to add a standalone area for the butchery and the fishery, I think. But maybe smaller than that. So let's plan this a little bit differently. No, I'll have it the same size. I have a lot of real estate. Alright, there we go. I want nice block stairs. Actually, you know what? I might just do the corners here. I don't think we need that many stairs, and I'll just do the corner pieces. I will also raise the pop up once this project's done, because I'll be able to support more people. More food. How many hours do I have? That's kind of hard to answer, because when I was learning how to play the game, I left the game up, like, and I'd walk away. Like, I have a lot of real life things that happen to me, so I have no idea. Because probably half the time I've had the game launched, I'm like AFK. I wish I was tracking though. It'd be helpful. The same is true of like RimWorld. I have a lot of hours logged in RimWorld where I'm just not at my keyboard. Alright. Let's do another giveaway. I have a lot of legendary dwarves now. So, raffle timer's up. Good luck. I'm not going to tell you who I'm raffling. It'll just be a big old surprise. So instead of what I did down in the tavern, I think what I'm going to do for the dining room is built floors. And eventually I'll circle back down to the tavern at some point and build those floors up as well. I also could incorporate some sort of like artful pattern into the design. But I'm not much of a pixel artist. I'd love to... Oh, so there is actually one issue. I'm not going to do this. I take it back. The reason I'm not going to do it is if I do want to cave adaptation the tavern below, these floors are eventually going to have to get knocked out. So I will smooth it instead. It will also make the project a little bit more manageable and quicker to complete. And then allow for me to cave adapt without having to actually destroy floors, which will create a giant spill of material. You want me to produce shield? Wait, didn't I already make shields? Do you just keep telling me to make more shields? At some point, I'm not going to make you steal shields anymore. In fact, how is my bars? I haven't checked them in a while. 200 iron. But no steel. Okay, so let's set up steel. Make steel bars. Make 10. Actually, don't make 10. Make, no, 10's fine. If steel is less than 40, let's say, and everything else is greater than 10, except for pig iron. Pig iron greater than 10. Make 10. And then I'll set up another pig iron. Pig iron bars. Make 10, oops. 10 pig iron bars. If pig iron bars is less than 20, do it. Okay. So I don't have the steel yet, so I will make a copper shield. The material of the shield is actually, oddly enough, far less important than the rest of the armor. Shield is mostly driven by quality, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, where's the crutch? Did it already get stolen? Oh, no, it's not called a crutch. No, ASOB. I don't know where it is. It is in this box. Why can't I put it on a pedestal? Oh, it's a splint? Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Yep, there it is. Which is funny, because then it's, like, consumable. Alright, and then the other one was a armor stand, I think. Yep, there it is. Big smooth. Good luck. 15 seconds left. I will also, because I'm starting to work on larger and larger projects, and I definitely could support a slightly larger pop. I'll actually go up to 35, not that we've had any immigrants since I raised it to 30. Shivers. Congrats. Let's see. At my whim, I will give you the carpenter. You are the legendary carpenter and proficient woodcutter. And I have not forgotten about my hazel perimeter. Just been letting it roll. This project I'm just gonna tack on to the cost of the perimeter that you guys voted on. That also means that I need more hazelwood. Whoa, 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 don't drag. Looking pretty good. Very fancy. I don't know what to do about the rook, though. I could, like, create a road on top of it. So this project also serves some other purposes. One big one is that it is possible for trees to grow around you enough that it blocks access to your trade depot. And for me to create a 3-wide perimeter around severely lowers the chance that the trade depot can't be traveled to. We have more upset dwarves. Can we see their needs? Sure. So Zach doesn't have any major needs, but some of it is prayer and family. Zembionic is stumbling around obliviously. Oh, nice. And then, let's see. The Fisher Dwarf, be with family and friends and martial training and fighting. Zen is gone full bonkers and is not working anymore. But, just wants to steal things and help people, and can't seem to figure out how to do that. And then Mistim super wants to pray. So one way to help moods, if you guys vote for the next time I poll, you can vote to like improve their moods, and I'll probably make a dedicated temple to help them out. Something. I'll decide what helps them the most and get that done. Zen is Robin Hood? You say so. So the smoothing is getting done. Cool. And the mining is queued up. We're just waiting for the miners. A bad Robin Hood. Yeah, I can agree to that. Don't have enough hazelwood. Going around and cutting down specifically those trees. Just for the aesthetics. There's no reason I'm picking hazelwood over any of the others other than the fact that it was the most abundant. That'd be the only reason. Hey, the hives have bees. 19,552. I don't know who's in charge of counting the bees, but I'm very glad that it's not me. Because counting to 20,000 seems very boring. Maybe Zambiotic was the one made responsible for that, and that's why they're in such a incurable depression. Hey, someone got out of their deep depression. Zen did. What? Now it's missed him. I just noticed that. I'm failing as a leader if my most upset is no longer the most upset. I need to turn the screws and make them upset again. Mid-surge and monosodium glutamate. Thank you for the follows. I love me some umami monosodium glutamate. Bring it on. Well, gotta say this redesign of the cooking hasn't been going all that fast, but we'll get there. Maybe we'll get migrants. Speaking of which, let's make sure that everyone has a bedroom. There's other things that I wanted to do the bedroom, but hopefully you guys vote that I like improve residential and community next. The thing that I want to do to the bedroom, if you're wondering, is like add in chests and cabinets so that clothing isn't strewn about everywhere, all mess like. Still have 622 prepared meals, and I think pretty much all the workers are still working outside, wrapping up the bridge project. I think what I'll do in this location here is build into the brook. But build with a purpose, so it's actually a bridge. So I bridge at this spot. The what's it called? The wagons don't require a bridge. They ford the river, and they never fail. Unlike, oh no, you're depressed again. Unlike, no, it's a different depression. Oh, look at that. It's the Fisher Dwarf, who's constantly winded. Wait, what? Who is this person? Oh, I think this was a straight assassination now. Why our Baroness was hurt. There's like a bow in someone's teeth right at her room. I think they were just waiting to gank her as she came out from sleeping or something. And then that party that tried to gank her got in the tavern. Is there any way to have a party? I could hire more people to like entertain, but not really. What do I have to make now? Statues? Fine. Let's make it out of cinnabar. Very heavy statues. Who hates the Baroness so bad to send assassins? That is the $64,000 question, isn't it? Who wants me dead? I don't know. I really don't. There was, and still is, an entertainer in the tavern, I think. We have the Axeman still here. Yeah, we still have the Bard. They're drunk in the corner here. Hey, Tangier, almost 2 years. This Bard is really not great at being a Bard. Is really, really, really bad, in fact, at being a Bard. So, it would explain why nobody's entertained. I have plenty of instruments, got plenty of floor space, but that Bard has no idea what it means to be a good Bard. That's okay. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I can also stop cutting the shale blocks. I definitely have too many of those now. I have 530. Pause. So with the new statues that was mandated, I'll stick them around the splint. And an Elven caravan is here. Probably to strong-arm me into stop cutting the trees down. So I hope that nobody points out that I've literally made a giant bridge walkway thingy around my fortress out of their dead trees. If you guys don't tell them, I won't tell them. If you can keep a secret, I'll keep one too. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to replace these stairs from just earthen stairs to jet stairs, so that they're I don't know, nicer. Not going to grow fungus. We're almost done with this project, and then it will be right back to the redesign of the dining room. I would also argue, and unfortunately you guys are not in a position to disagree, that I want a bridge over here too. I'm going to bridge on both sides. Little symmetry. They're not going to go as far north both sides, but still. Zambiotic is stumbling around obliviously. Oh boy, you are having a good time. I don't know what they have to sell. Where are my cut gems? Probably here? That's some porcelain stuff. There. Diplomacy. Okay, so we elves are partial in particular to the trees of the forest surrounding your lands. We are willing to ask that you cap your tree fells to 25 until we next meet. I'm going to agree to this. We can part with at most 31 trees. So I get a few extra trees because of my diplomacy skills. And, yeah. Alright, 31 trees. So if you were wondering how to track that, in Civilization, if you mouse over the elves here, You can see the lumber limits. Right now it's 31 out of 31, so I'm allowed to cut 31 more trees down until they come back next time. Luckily for me, I have preempted this, and I have so many already cut down. I have 1358, so it's not like I'm going to run out of wood anytime soon. In fact, I have so much wood, it's not even going to be an issue. But if you don't lumberjack clear cut the forest prior, that restriction might be a little bit more annoying for you. So, or you could just disagree. If you disagree, all it really does is, at least initially, is you don't build up your rep and your trade becomes a little bit more expensive, which is fine. Could end up in a war, but you know, you typically have to do a lot more than just not agree to a not cut down trees to piss them off enough for a war. Not always true, but usually is. Oh, that's their alpaca, isn't it? All right, Happy Tree, come on. Where are you? You're just... Oh, yeah, here we go. I was gonna say they're just trolling me. Any day now. There we go. Oh, this wasn't worth my time. Oh, boy. I'm going to see if I need any of these splints and crutches. So I need 3 crutches and 2 splints, so I'll just buy them. I obviously could make them really, really inexpensively, but might as well do a little bit of trade, I guess. So I'll buy all their crutches and I'll buy all their splints. That way I don't have to worry about it. Token trade, if you will. Just selling them a token amount of stuff. There was nothing all that fun in the cages. Okay, immigrants. I haven't had an immigration attempt yet. I'm hoping that happens soon. With the wooden walkway just about done, the focus will return to making progress in the kitchen. But the kitchen redesign should go pretty quick. It's not an overly complex project. Merlin, thank you for the sub. Cheers. All right, getting impatient. Give this some 1s. My military's been off duty this whole time, which means none of the bad moods is a result of keeping them conscripted. Yep, there we go. 2 pieces left of the floor, and we are golden. So if I zoom out, you can see we've got the, like, gangplank walkway that stops trees from being able to grow next to our moat. Then we've got the 3-deep pit dolomite moat. And then we've got the fortification wall that overhangs, and then the fortification ramparts. Plus 2 bridges. pretty solid. Very simple, but pretty solid. Doesn't stop flyers. Again, we would have to reprioritize. And in order to stop flyers, I'd probably put some sort of cap here on the ramp. Yeah, that would be the easy way. But it at least stops everything ground, climb, swim. Those guys can't touch. There we go. Now the real work is being done. All right, because this is a semi-permanent project here, I am going to smooth the floors and then build up the walls. Eventually, maybe I'll have built walls, but the quality of the walls in here is not that important, given that it is just a crafting room. It's not quality driven like temples or dining rooms or whatever are. But I will... You know, I'm not even going to dig the hematite or the praise clusters. I'll just smooth it all. Big smooth. Let's see if there's others that can help us smooth. I've got 5 smoothers. That's probably pretty good. I could add shield to it too. Because shield binds and smooths. Then the other thing I'm going to ask you guys is what I'm going to work on next while I work on this. Because I can probably handle 2 tasks. Because what's left here in this task is like a little bit of building and mostly hauling. And some like production chain management. Which I'm not great at, but I'll try my best. Brimstone statue toppled by Zembiotic. You broke the statue here in the tavern in your tantrum. Cool. I will detract social credit points appropriately. I'm also not allowed to export ballista parts. I have 0 of them, so that's really not much of a problem. Jojagam, thank you for 2 years subbing. Cheers. Let's start putting in furniture in here. So we're going to want shield tables and shield thrones. I do have work orders to make thrones and tables, but I'm gonna add to it. So rock throne, out of shale, repeat, and rock table, out of shale, repeat, just so that I can, you know, really pave things up nicely. We throw this teeth out. I don't need to be collecting people's teeth. I'm not really one to, like, put the lotion on the skin. Let's do another dwarf giveaway, too, while we're voting on next priority. So raffle timer is up. Petition! You want to entertain people. Nah, I already have an entertainer and they're failing me hard. I'm not about to hire another one. Oh, interesting. Zen was fighting Shield. How are their health? Oh, wow. You guys really beat each other up. Badly. So Shield got all tore up and it needs a crutch. Zen... is fine. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. I'm rather surprised. Is someone tending to you, though? Let me double check that I have a doctor on duty. So, Thick God, you are eating currently, but hopefully you do doctoring next. I'll just kind of keep an eye on him. You are going to the stray horse. Okay, so I'm going to lock him into doctoring. So he goes to doctor. Hey, Tins, thank you for the raid. Let me give you a shout out. Welcome. Ah, you're playing RimWorld. Well, I am playing the precursor to RimWorld. Tell me about what you're doing in RimWorld, and I'll tell you, well, what I'm doing is in the priority above my head there. We are trying to rework the dining and stillery, that's not really a word, stills in my colony here so that we can provide the highest quality alcohol to our dwarves without them getting too fussy. So that's what I'm working on. And Flash Firestorm, thank you for the resub. You're trying to become pub owners and vampires. Well, I'm trying to keep vampires away, but become pub owners, so kind of similar. Vanor, congratulations, you win. Who are you going to win? Let's give you this legendary miner. Oops, I didn't mean to... No. Vanor in the mana. Oh, no, that wasn't the raffle timer. My bad. All right, let me hide that timer. That was the poll. But the poll is a runaway poll. We're going to work on community and comfort improvements next. So let me wrap up this still. So here's the stills. And I'm going to leave them there for a minute. A hot minute. Let's set up the kitchens as well. Well, I'm going to wait until they smooth under where it's going to be. So I have the stills, the kitchen. One thing I can do is I can start moving the food. So this is going to be raw food. And let's see, food, all except for prepare meals. And no drinks. Oops. No drinks either. Because the drinks and prepare meals go somewhere else. No seeds, actually, shouldn't be in here. Well, that's not true. The seeds that we use to plant can be in their own, but most seeds actually can come down here because we cook or brew with them. So, plump helmet spawn. So, all seeds minus, let's say, plump helmet spawn and rope reeds and pigtails. I'm trying to think of what else we plant. Dimple cups. Not that I need dimple cups because they just make dyes. Because I don't have any surface farms yet. Cave wheat. Most of the surface seeds can be just used for cooking for now. Let's go to pigtails. God, where are you, pigtail? There it is, pigtail. What else am I missing? Sweet pod. Yeah, there it is. Then tallow? You know, I don't have the patience to mark all tallow off. I'm just going to do no fats or tallows. The no pastes. And that looks good. Whoa, raw food. There we go. Re-smooth it. I don't think that I had a raw food stockpile before. So going to the overflow, I'm going to say no food in the overflow anymore. And then what will end up happening is we'll slowly haul the food here. The other thing I'm going to say is barrels, let's say 50, bins 25. I'm not really sure. But I know I'm not going to want any wheelbarrows because that will... the way wheelbarrows work is, like, if you set the stockpile to have one wheelbarrow, it only allows one person with that wheelbarrow to haul stuff to that stockpile at a time, which is incredibly inefficient. We're also going to want bags too, aren't we? But whatever, they'll figure that out. Oh, yeah, new migrants and pets. Yeah, let me check that out. I just noticed that migrants arrived. So, we have got a bunch of new children. Wow, I checked it so slowly that they're here and they don't even show who's new. But it looks like I do have some hunters. So I'm pretty sure some hunters immigrated because I didn't have any hunters before. And that means that maybe they can become a crossbow militia as well if they have skill for hunting. And then a bunch of children. So these children... A mother is a weaponsmith and a blacksmith, or weaponsmith, blacksmith. So legendary weaponsmith, but he doesn't have combat skills or social skills. So despite the fact that he's legendary, I don't think he's a vampire, because vampires typically have combat and social skills to match. There's a bunch of different ways to tell if they're a vampire, but that's like really a very simple one. So if I go into labor here, go to weaponsmithing. Oh my god, I have 3 legendary weaponsmiths? What the hell? Okay. Datan and Olin. Dang. Let me check to make sure that Olin is not a... Alright. Olin does not look like a vampire either. So one of the easier ways to check if they're vampires typically will have combat skills. They will have pretty good social skills. They will also have, they will also be a lot more skilled than their age allows for. So he's 36 years old, but he basically has no other skills, right? Meaning that he's not likely that he's a vampire. And then they'll belong to a lot of groups, typically as well. Like, basically, they are way better at things than their age should allow for. So, for instance, if they're like 23 years old and they have like 16 children and like 3 ex-lovers, yeah, okay, they're a vampire because they're not actually 23 years old. And there's other ways as well. You know, if down here, if it's like they've been cursed or they don't require alcohol to get through the day, things like that. There's a lot of tells. It won't straight up tell you unless you see them do it in the act. Like if a child witnesses them feed and kill someone, that's kind of a tell. All right, who else do we have? Because I kind of want to make sure that everybody that came in, I do a cursory vampire scan. So if you're wondering, if I do suspect that someone's a vampire, one way to be able to tell if they're a vampire is to shove them into like a room and wall them in. And if they get thirsty, they're not a vampire. Vampires don't get thirsty. If they get tired but not thirsty, vampire. Leave them in there. Or not. I mean, we could always have a colony of vampires. I guess that's fine. Yeah, okay. Those are the only legendary people in the colony. So the others could be vampires, but they're definitely flying under the radar better. So let me go to labor to make sure that I've assigned labor properly. Woodcutters, hunters. So we have 2 hunters who are adequate ambushers and marksdwarves. And then Zembionic himself is a dabbling archer, so I'm going to let Zembiotic do some hunting as well, because Zembiotic has showed interest in fighting. Also, I'll let you plant. Fisher dwarves, I don't have any fisher dwarves at the moment, because I don't want fish. I have enough food. Plant gatherers, we'll let Zen do that. Stone carvers and engravers look right. Haulers is everybody. Orderlies is... I'm going to say orderlies is everybody again, because we've waited on this orderly for a long time in the past. Gem cutters, weaponsmiths, blacksmiths, armor smiths, and cloth tailors. Okay, everything looks good for now. But yeah, pop 35. So the other thing I need to do with this increased pop is assign bedrooms. Well, I don't have to, but it helps that people have their own quarters, because they'll be happier. And I don't think I'm going to need to make any extra bedrooms. No, I didn't. Let's check how many free rooms I've got. Places. So we've got bedroom 22, 23, 24, 31 are empty. So I could have up to about 40 people before I start to need bedrooms. Not that it was voted as a goal, but just looking at the rooms that have the most clothing strewn about, I'm just going to put some cabinets in there to remedy that, so that it's a bit tidier. Alright, getting rid of the old stills. We don't need them. What are you doing at the butcher shop? What animal are we butchering? Oh, speaking of animals, there are animals that probably came in. There was a keet, but I'm going to kill it because it's not an egg layer. A llama and a bull calf. I'm going to butcher them as well. The foals I'm going to geld because I don't need more horses. And that's about it. Hey, a Fey Mood. Datan. Whoa. Oh, no, that's Slaughter. Claiming the Stoneworkers Workshop. Datan's a peasant. I'm not going to try to force a certain stone. Whatever stone he wants to grab is fine by me. The other thing I want to do while we're slaughtering those animals is I don't want to use their tallow in the production of food so that we can turn that into soaps instead. So shale, bauxite, gypsum. Got it. General rule of thumb is if it can be brewed, brew it. If it can be otherwise, cook it. So for seeds, plump, sweet. Okay, yep, that looks right. Drinks, that looks right. And where is there more tallow here? No. Apparently the animals I just butchered didn't have tallow. Okay. There we go, finally. Workshops. Farm. Kitchen. All right, the other thing that I wanted to add in is a prepared meals stockpile. It's going to be very small. So this is going to be for food, prepared meals. We'll stick them in this little stockpile here. At some point, I might do sort of a resource production chain for this, but this will be the first iteration at least. And I haven't even set this up as a proper dining room yet. All right. Before I forget, let's stop the cabinets. Oh, you took over. Stop the tables. And wasn't I making thrones? I swear I had queued up thrones too. Yeah, I have 16 of them. That just allows me to put some more seating down in the restaurant. Yeah, I do need more thrones and I need more tables. So unlock the tables. And there's the throne. It's not a repeat queue, but it's good enough. Did you ever set out the beehives? I have, yes. They're right here. Chillin'. Only 2 of the hives have bees. But they are out. Thank you for tuning in to Dwarf Fortress Taming the Wilds, which originally streamed live on Twitch, January 10th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhodamont.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or upcoming stream. Farewell.